Welcome back to the live room. Give me 1 second already. Having a little bit of an allergy attack today, so pardon any kind of sneezing or weird noises in the background. But thanks as always for joining me. Excuse me. Yesterday we had a very busy day in the market. First and foremost, can you guys hear me? I should have asked that first. Let me know if you can hear me. Perfect. Very busy day in the market yesterday. Very light day today. That's the nature of the market. We went on a whole thing about yesterday, the importance of sticking to your routine and doing your analysis. That way you don't miss any opportunities. We had about 6 or 7 trading opportunities on our radar yesterday. Today, not a lot of follow through on many of those opportunities. They're kind of just consolidating once again. So a little bit of a lighter radar. So we're going to go around the market as we always do. But as far as our trade of the day, wanted to put that in your hands, especially the people watching on YouTube or TradingView, because it seems like on a regular basis, I kind of, you come in late and then you ask to look at a trade. And I said, hey, sorry, we already looked at the one trading idea that I promised you in these live streams, but maybe tomorrow. So if you're watching out there and you have a pair or something you want me to take a look at, type it in. I could do some analysis for you. Same thing goes for you guys in the live room, and we'll get going. So I'll buy some time until that happens. The algae attack, right? So yesterday was a beautiful day, right? I got Mars' dollar Canada. Beautiful day. We got these new lawn chairs, decided to go outside. Many of you guys saw the post on social media. Go outside, kids were gone, wife was gone, birds were chirping, and I said, you know what? Perfect time to go outside in the peace and crack open the Market Wizards. And I did. Read through the beginning of it. First chapter, one of my favorite guys out there, Peter Brandt, so I was excited. Just the only problem was there was gust of winds, right? And I can literally see the pollen like blowing onto my shirt. I had like a black shirt on, so I can see like the pollen blowing onto my shirt. And I said, oh man, this is going to end bad. This is going to end bad. And of course, I spent the later parts of the day just uncontrollably sneezing. We were in a public place, took my kid to the science factory, and then, everyone's still looking around like, COVID. I'm in no allergies. As my like eyes are bloodshot red. Allergies, I promise. Not COVID. So I'm like, achoo, not COVID. But it was worth it. It was worth it. I really enjoy, I tell you guys a lot about the books I read. I went through this stage where I was blowing through like 20 books in a summer, but I was doing it all on Audible, right? So I'd go on bike rides or runs, and my bike rides are like 3 hours or something like that. So I can blow through I can do some pretty significant damage. But the problem is I don't retain anything. So in order for me to retain it, I had to go back to the hard copy book. And one of my favorite things to do is just sit peacefully and enjoy a good one. All right, Amari says, dollar Canada, the loonie. Cody did mulch all yesterday. Oh, yeah. Anything specific on the loonie, Amari, that you want me to point towards, or just some analysis? We had a few HD setups yesterday as well happening. None of them really gave us the hook, but we can keep an eye out for that as well. We have a few new ones setting up today as well, but obviously it is what I'm tracking on is a day end, day beginning strategy. So we need to wait for the daily candle to close. But we are going through the strategy development diaries here on the platform. So we want to kind of keep an eye out for the live opportunities. But yeah, let me know if there's something specific you want to look at, and I'll gear it towards that. If not, I'll just do some normal top-down analysis. Hey, Justin, welcome. Busy day in the market yesterday, slow day today. That's how trading goes. We got, CPI coming out, Cody, is that right? 8:30, if I'm remembering correctly. Let me double check that. Or she said, CPI 8:30 for the loonie. Nice. For Canada. Mars says, I'm looking for a buying opportunity, but I like your analysis. Okay, sure. What time frame? What's your trading time frame look like? Oh, and now we got it on TradingView. Dollar yen and Tesla. Sorry, a little late, guys. You got to get here right at the beginning. 7:30 New York time. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sorry. Hourly. Okay. Now, let me ask you guys this. Are you looking for 2618? What part of your trading journey are you currently at? Are you someone that, do you have a kind of an idea on how you want to trade and you're working on that? Do you already have a fully developed trading plan, or are you just working on analysis and nothing is planned out yet, just playing with the ideas that you're being taught? Just give me some type of background of kind of where you're at in your trading journey. That way I know how to gear this lesson. Got Pound Aussie on YouTube late. Dunk says, interesting. If I find that I'm struggling to grind through reading, as I'm partially dyslexic, I download the Audible and listen to the main concepts, then go back to the hard copy version and read only specific points. That is interesting. See, the problem I have, Duncan, is that I tend to zone out. I tend to zone out when I read. Meaning I read and I get to an important concept and it steers a thought. And that thought goes to many different places. It could go something like, if it's a trading related book, it could go to how can I relate this to my trading plan? How can I put together a lesson on this? It can go a million other places. The problem is, while that thought is going a million other places, I'm still reading. So I would find myself on, like, I do this with hard copies as well, but specifically with an audiobook, I will find myself like 3 chapters in, and I just zoned out since chapter 1. So at least for me, it's hard for me to go back and actually remember where I stopped at. With hard copies, because I highlight a lot and take notes, I can just go. I can kind of figure out where I was at based on where I stopped highlighting. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm on page 30 now, but my last highlight was on page 16. This is probably where Akil's zoned out. But that's a good practice. Maybe I'll do the opposite. Maybe I'll read it hard copy first and then go back and do Audible. All right. Or it says, currently trading for a prop firm, but I'm looking to refine my strategy. Had 2 break-even months in a row. Okay. So how about we do this? Walk me through. You said you trade on the hourly, and you're looking for a 2618. And I'll gear the analysis towards that. Okay, so let's walk through this then. Perfect. So dollar Canada, right? This is a trade that's in my portfolio. So we look at it every day. So we kind of have a good idea what's going on, but we can review it. Let's go to that IPDE process: identify, predict, decide, execute, right? So let's start off by identifying, right? What has price action recently done here on dollar Canada? And again, the cool thing about when you do consistent analysis, and if you're like me, if you have a pre-market kind of checklist, a pre-market kind of like what's called like a journal saying what each pair is doing, especially if you're a higher time frame trader, it doesn't really change that much, right? You have your key levels of structure. Once you break them, they're most likely broken for a long time, and then it takes a while to get to the next one. So identify, right? What has price recently done? We have recently broken, closed above a key level of structure. Would you guys agree? Right? We put in new structure highs above $1.30. We are now pulling back, right? So higher high, higher close. That can allow us to make the prediction that price is likely to go higher. We are pulling back. Despite this bearish action, overall, this pullback doesn't take us away from that overall bullish prediction. And there is room to go higher. Look left, structure leaves clues. Now, we know that we can look at our previous pullback here. We have the HD setup here where if things were to close right now on the daily, this would be your buy with that hidden divergence and the RSI hooking. But we are currently printing higher lows, right? So we low, higher low, and a higher low, and a higher low, right? Another confirmation of that bullish trend. So let's go down to the 4-hour, where we saw our falling channel yesterday. We saw a little bit of a breakout from that. Then Powell came on the mic at 2 o'clock and things got a little bit weird. And we ended up consolidating a little bit, right? So we have a little bit of sideways motion right here. We go one more time frame down to the hourly, and again, this is all review, but some of you guys haven't seen this before, so I'll draw it on quickly. If you guys remember, we took our Fibonacci extension tool. We can see we're right in the middle of a 127 and a 1618. We also had a 1-to-1 measured move here as well at this level. So let's go one more time frame down to the hourly, because that's what Amari is looking on. And he says he's looking for a 2618 opportunity. Now, there's going to be a question you have to ask yourself. And then you have to ask yourself also, does it actually matter? And the question you have to ask yourself is this, and this is the subjectivity of trading. Is this a double bottom? Because in order to have a 2618, you need a double bottom, right? A 2618 is a double bottom, followed by a violation above or below, but above in this case, followed by a 618 Fibonacci retracement. So the question you want to ask yourself in order to have a 2618 is this a double bottom? But honestly, again, that question doesn't really matter if you are, and I don't want to say an expert on price action, but if you understand the main concepts of price action. Now, why doesn't it matter? Why doesn't it matter? And again, this goes back to the differences between learning how to read price or just memorizing a concept, right? Are you actually learning how price action moves, what moves mean, or are you just memorizing a double bottom? Or are you just memorizing a 3-bar reversal? Or are you just memorizing these things? Sharif says no close above. Mari says because 2618 you get a break and close below. Why would this not be a valid double bottom or the location? Well, my guess, and I'm in this as being an invalid double bottom as well, or not a double bottom I would look at, is because of the fact that our peak came right back to a previous level of structure. So it's more of a sideways consolidation. So if this were straight down like this would be a nice double bottom where we come to an extreme, we retrace, we come back to retest that extreme. Obviously, everything down here fits our rules on the validity of a double bottom. The fact that we consolidated here and came up right back to this previous level of consolidation, the depth of this retracement takes it away from being a double bottom. But that's going to be in the eye of the beholder. Some of you guys may not even be paying attention to this thing right here. So that's my reason for why it's not a double bottom. My guess is that that's what the other traders in the room are seeing as well. But here's why it doesn't matter, right? Because let me ask you this. So the key concept of the 2618 is what? What needs to happen in order for this 2618 for us to really start taking this 2618 seriously, right? We need a violation of the peak of the double bottom, correct? Is that any different than having a violation of this level? Is it any different than having the violation of a head and shoulders neckline? Right? It's the exact same thing. And again, this is understanding price, right? It may not be technically this one thing, but the thing that matters, right, in 2618 for this example, is we need to see structure highs violated. The thing that matters in a head and shoulders is we need to see structure highs violated. Although this is not a head and shoulders, although this may not be a double bottom, right, the same concepts apply. If we can violate the highs here, that gives us the exact same signal of saying that, hey, we have a confirmed reversal. Does that make sense? This is why understand price and why it moves instead of just memorizing concepts, right? So going back to Sharif's example, right? Here's how I would look to handle a long opportunity, Sharif, or not a Sharif. Amari. My bad. Yeah, Sharif, you get no, nothing for you, Sharif. You get out of here. You leave right now. So here's what I would wait for. If price violates these highs, then wait for pullback. Now, I don't know your rules. If you have rules for a pullback trade, if you have rules that you need it to come to the 618, that's going to be up to you and your specific game plan. But look for your entry opportunity on the pullback, and then boom, that's your opportunity to trade it higher. Now, I remember you mentioning something earlier about prop firm, currently trading prop firm, but struggling. Oh, refine my strategy. Okay. So I'm saying when reading the Market Wizards yesterday, I noticed something about Peter. I learned something about Peter Brand I never knew before. I never knew he took an 11-year hiatus from trading. He was trading for, I believe, like 14 years, and then his edge stopped working, and he took 11 years off before returning and having another strong 13 years. New information for me. Crazy, right? Give me a second. Allergies. Crazy. Crazy. Yep. So now the next question is with you, Amari, is what kind of time duration are you looking for the move? Are you looking for, and again, my allergies are killing me, excuse me. Lots of sneeze buttons being hit today. What type of time duration are you looking for this as far as trading wise? Are you a trend following trade who's looking to get involved in the higher time frame daily move, meaning the extension all the way up to the next level of structure? Or are you more of a short term trader who's kind of like my style, counter trend like, who's looking to kind of take profits off at the first sign of danger? So basically, profit taking. What type of areas are you looking for your profit taking here? Single target profit, multiple target profit, aggressive, first sign of danger, all out, or holding something on, keeping something on, I should say. Two profits, all right. So first target profit, maybe you had a retest of these lows right here, the previous new structure low. Yep. And then what about your secondary? You're going to see Ninja pop up on your chart real quick. So I want to take a look at the range bar chart. What's our ATR here? 17, just see if it clears anything up. What about second profit targets? What are we, Looney? 130 range, 130R. Second target's 129.50s. Again, sorry about that. Got my other charting package loading up. 129.50s. So right in here. So first target here, second target right there is what Amari is looking for. So I think it's a decent setup. Again, we talked about this level yesterday and the consolidation right here. I think waiting for that break would be a positive sign, right? To confirm break of the sideways channel. Higher time frame, the market is in your favor as well, being a bullish trend. So I think it's a quality setup. What do you guys think? And of course, any questions or words of wisdom for Amari? Range bar is going to give you a similar picture, or he gives you the thumbs up. Gives him the thumbs up. Similar picture on the range bar, so not too much of a difference here. All right. Got a few more people typing, so we'll let them type in. By the way, Trading View YouTubers, hit that like button, please, before you leave. And make sure you get here on time, guys. Today was a day where I didn't have anything planned. Yesterday, we got a massive day in the market where I kind of knew what idea I wanted to take a look at for the trade of the day. Today, there wasn't too much of interest, so I left it open for you guys. A lot of you guys did shoot in ideas. I got Pound Aussie, I got Tesla, I got Dollar Yen, but they came in a little bit late after one of our live room members already got to you. So if we're going to have these days where it's kind of viewer's choice, just make sure you get here right on time. That way, if I ask you, you can shoot it in and we can take a look. Cody says real quick, Amari has a question for you. He says, where do you put your stop with the 2618? Do you use a pending right or stop, or where do you put your stop with 2618? That's one question. And then do you use a pending, what is your entry for your 2618? Do you do a pending order right at the 618, or do you wait for a specific reason for entry? Look at that. I was going to stay away from the trader assessment, Cody, but Cody stepped right in. Which is good though. This is one prop trader to another though. So this is a good person, Amari, to, you know, if you're in a rut, because, you know, Cody's been doing this for a while and I'm sure he's been through his ups and downs. This is a good person to reach out to and you know, say, hey, you know, how do you handle it when performance isn't going your way? Because it is a little bit of a different pressure when you're trading for a prop firm versus trading your own money. And I know that all too well. It's a little bit of a different pressure, and those emotional type of trades, whether it's FOMO or revenge or enter early type stuff, they tend to stack a little bit heavier than when it's just you and your bank account. So George said, I'd be looking for the first level. I'd be looking out for the first level of structure though. Cody says, I'm in the downs myself on the prop account. Yeah. Hey, it happens. It happens. If you came here thinking it's going to be all rainbows and unicorns, you got it wrong. Trading is a series. Trading is an equity curve, right? It is the RSI. It is any indicator or oscillator. It is a series of ups and downs and ebbs and flows, good moments, bad moments, break-even moments. That is the reality. I've been doing this for 15 years and it hasn't changed. The only thing that changes is you get more confident in dealing with it. Those ebbs and flows become less sporadic because you're not shooting yourself in the foot every time you get scared. But they still come. You just learn to deal with it. You just learn to deal with it a little bit better. So keep your head up when they do come. There shall be brighter days. But we all go through. What was it? 2 weeks ago, I bent over backwards and spanked by the markets. 2 weeks ago, I think it was. 2 or 3 weeks ago. Bent over backwards and spanked. Ooh, someone on YouTube says currently shorting euro dollar. I tell you what, I was looking at that this morning. It's in a very nice location for a short. It has a very good lower low, lower close for a short as well. The one thing I didn't like, and I don't know what time frame you're trading on, I didn't like the long-term outlook. I'll give you guys a quick peek at euro dollar, because everything aside from the higher time frame observation had this as a must sell, right? Look at this, guys. Right back in the previous structure. Here is your lower low, lower close right there, right? Beautiful level. Everything had nice pullback, right? Hidden divergence, right? Everything had this as your must sell. The one thing that I didn't like, and I start with this first, so it was on my thing right away. Sorry about that, Trading View. I didn't realize I have only the Trading View chart showing. You can't see the Ninja chart. Only thing I didn't like is the overall location, right? So again, we talk about that IPDE process: identify, predict, decide, execute. When I first identify, and I'll erase this so we can see it real quick. And I'm not poo-pooing your idea, just sharing my opinion. When I first identify where we're at, what is my answer to that question? Structure support. So now I predict, what is price likely to do? Are we likely to continue short? And I can't answer yes, because we are at the floor. Now, that doesn't mean that we won't, right? We can easily double bottom here. We can retest this level, right? Price can certainly come down to this level. But per my rules of trading, right, I have nothing to predict that we're likely to continue. We've already come to this level. We've already bounced off of it. there's nothing that allows me to predict that we're likely to come here again, which would eliminate me being interested in any shorting opportunities. But aside from that, if that weren't the case, if this was our level of structure here, if I move this white line up, I'd be in. I would be in, because this is a beautiful move right here, right? I'd be in. Stops above here. If you want to be super aggressive, depending on your targets, you can have stops above there as well. But boom, look for a retest of the lows. I mean, beautiful setup here. The only thing missing for me was the prediction. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I stared at it for 100 hours this morning, trying to convince myself. But each time I looked at my trading plan, my rules did not change. So I had to stay out. But yeah, I like that setup. I like the actual setup. All right, going back to the question, Amari says, so goes the 1279, looking to enter on pending order at the 2618. So it looks like, at the 618. But I used to enter with a higher high, higher close, but now I work full time and can't watch the market like I used to. So it looks like an aggressive pending order. Cody says, I don't like the trade, but I always like to see how people trade it. Going back to the 2618. Assuming the 2618. Yep. HD on daily. Yep. Duncan says, I have alerts in place, waiting for a close below that daily level, then look for retracement before looking for a short. Yeah, if we break below, we're back in business. We call that a fresh break. George says, lovely double bottom on Aussie Canada daily, 4 hour with targets. We can look at Aussie Canada next. Awesome. So any other questions on dollar Canada? Amar, did that help you out some? Let me know. If not, hey, we got hours here, so we'll stay here and dig into it deeper. But let me know if there's any questions about that. Trading View YouTube, thank you guys for joining. If you have any questions, shoot them in now, because I'm going to boot you off a little bit. If you did not hit that like button, I'm going to boot you off twice. I just hit the like button myself. Is that allowed? Yep, HD on the euro as well. But got to wait for the end of the day to make sure we get the hook. That was good. Just want to hear pro analysis. Awesome. Yeah, I like your idea. I am a fan of your idea. Hopefully CPI doesn't mess it up, but I like your idea. Awesome. All right, YouTubers, trading viewers, thank you for joining. Tomorrow, same time, same place, 7:30 a.m. New York. Come join the discussion. Again, could be a good chance we have nothing else in the market as